Welcome back to the What She Said Sports Podcast. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I cannot always be in studio, so this is the audio version of the What She Said Sports Podcast. We cannot miss out on these hot topics. Today, Draymond Green. So, Draymond Green has shared that there's a perception that he physically abuses his wife due to what he refers to as on the court antics. Now, immediately, Jordan Poole comes to mind, as well as another player in the NBA, where Draymond is being shown live during a game of stomping in this player's abdomen. Now, in 2022, it was caught on camera and leaked on video that Draymond Green forcefully punched Jordan Poole, appeared so in the face. And the video was leaked. Apparently, this was not expected to be made public. And when the public did get a hold of it, what happened? The first question was, how often does this happen? Did someone leak it because this is not a new occurrence? Essentially, it was abuse. It was physical abuse, physical assault by Draymond Green against Jordan Poole. And we waited to find out what would happen. Would he be charged by the police? And long story short, Poole ended up being traded to another team. Now, that's not the response that was expected. I believe that Draymond served a suspension. Poole received his contract, which he was up for at the time. And it was reported at the time, it was speculated that Draymond was angry or envious of Poole being a member of the Warriors because he was a rising star, which means that Draymond's light could have begun to dim. Now, we don't know if that is the case or not. That is just the speculation going around at the time, along with the possibility of Poole stating during a practice that maybe Draymond was an old man. Now, remember, Poole is up for a lucrative contract extension. And it was speculated that Draymond was angered by the statement. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I was not there. That was just all of the talk at the time. But what we're discussing today is it seems surprising that Draymond wouldn't have anticipated after punching Poole and stomping in the abdomen of another player in the NBA, along with some other activities, that people would begin to speculate and question if his lack of control, the lack of control of his emotions, inability to control his anger, if that also occurs at his residence, his home, with his wife and his children. I don't see how you're surprised that people wonder if your anger issues take place at home, because why would they assume that your anger issues are exclusive to the workplace? Because the thought is, if you can control your anger issues at home, you should be able to control your anger issues in the workplace. No, am I correct? Let me know in the comments. Now, something that stands out to me. The Jordan Poole incident took place in 2022. And Draymond Green immediately apologized, right? But that really wasn't enough, because this is assault. And had the two men been in, say, a restaurant, there would have been a public spectacle, probably assault charges, and, maybe misdemeanor or, some type of assault charge, maybe a fine, etc. But instead, it was handled in-house, which why you got to wonder, that's why it was leaked, because maybe the person recording it and leaking the information knew that it would get swept under the rug, so they put it out there, right? And fast forward to 2025, and Draymond insists that he's still sorry, but that his former teammate, Jordan Poole, is looking for sympathy still. That's alarming. That you would assault someone and 3 years later say they should just move on, bro. And he's just looking for sympathy still. Why would anybody who heard that comment think that your anger issues or you punching Poole in the face at work, that you were remorseful for that? And that it wasn't just a part of, okay, this happened at work, the Warriors need you to apologize. And after the fact, 3 years later, move on, bro. Wow. So if Jordan Poole were a woman and for whatever reason he hit a woman at work and 3 years later he publicly says, move on, bro, you're still looking for sympathy. That would not be okay. The internet would be in flames, calling him an abuser and this, that, and the other. But because Jordan Poole is a man and he assaulted a man and it was recorded and leaked and he was suspended and Poole was given his contract and then traded, it's okay for Draymond's remorse to be pictured as move on, bro. That he's still looking for sympathy, and you wonder why people speculate or are concerned that maybe you have abused your family because you're not remorseful for how you treated Jordan Poole. And that was leaked information. And people are saying, oh, his wife, she's tough. She wouldn't allow that. Okay, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. You never know what she would tolerate. And abuse does not always extend to the wife, it extends to the children as well. And young children cannot always articulate when they're being abused. And maybe because he's never physically assaulted his wife does not mean he has not verbally or emotionally or financially abused his wife. And I'm not suggesting that he is. What I am suggesting is that it is quite alarming that his lack of remorse and accountability regarding Jordan Poole down the road 3 years later, it's being painted a picture of just move on, bro. He's still looking for sympathy. One of the biggest red flags in dating relationships, regardless of who's dating, is anger issues. And while anger is a natural emotion, if it gets out of control consistently, the person usually has to take anger management. And sometimes anger, when it's unchecked and it ends up harming someone else, turns into abuse. And when it happens, it becomes assault. When it happens repeatedly, when it happens to your spouse or your girlfriend or your partner, it's domestic abuse. But what is it called when it happens at work? It should be called assault and battery. And when you hear someone who has assaulted their coworker say 3 years later, move on, bro, that he's still looking for sympathy, and you know that would not be tolerated if that abuse happened to Jordan Poole, if Jordan Poole were a woman. Why is it okay? Why is that laughable? Which leads to, why is he shocked that people think that he abuses his wife, considering you have virtually no remorse for abusing your coworker? And what about his peer who played in the NBA stomping into his abdomen? His children are going to see that. Is that not enough to make you clean up your antics? Is it really an antic to stomp on another person laying on the ground in the stomach? Is it really an antic to forcibly punch another person in the face? Is it okay because it happened at work? Is it okay because it happened to another man at work? So I don't know why he's surprised. The biggest red flag in a dating relationship is anger issues. Is it really logical to believe that his anger issues are exclusive to the workplace? You let me know your thoughts.
Thank you for listening to the What She Said podcast. Please like and subscribe.